Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some custom tactics. We will be using the 3-5-2, not formation you see loads on the game. It's one that I've always really enjoyed when I've been able to make it work. Unfortunately, it's not always the easiest to make work on FIFA. I do think it requires players of a certain type, players with certain play styles on this year. Normally, I don't think it's really that viable till later on in a FIFA because you don't have the players needed for it. In particular, the left mid and right mid. You need players who are very well rounded, lots of pace, good work rate, and they're quite limited early on in the game. You normally have to have someone good defensively who can't really attack, or someone who can attack who can't really defend. In this team, we've got Curtis Davies. Curtis Davies from Aston Villa a long time ago. That Alphonso Davies, he'd be a bit better at left mid than Curtis Davies, and then Reece James at the right mid. I really like this formation. Think it's really fun to use. This is a team I've been using in general. I'll just go through the team very quickly and tell you what I think of each player. Check. Only just got him. He's been pretty useless so far. Not really made many good saves. Laying a lot of stinkers, so I don't like him so far. I might go back to Casillas. Davies, love him. Great left back, great left mid. Occasionally gets caught out of position because he's so attacking, but I like him in general. Sol Campbell, packed him untradeable. Hate him so far. Think he's useless. Bit of a clown. Saliba, love him. Think he's great. James, probably my favourite fullback I've had in my team all year. I think he's great. Been playing Hullet. I've played a lot with Hullet now, nearly 400 games. This Hullet's played centre back for me in the 3-5-2. His chemistry and being able to play CDM works quite well. Really like Hullet. Think he's a great centre back and CDM. Wish he had a little bit more pace and physical as a centre back, but he's very good in general. Stanway and Xavi, love them both. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out iggm.com today, the best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out iggm.com today. Xavi, I think, is a little bit better, especially with the weak foot, but they're both great cards. Do wish in the 3-5-2 I had a little bit more physicality and height in the middle, but they're very good. Charlton's my cam. Stats pretty good over a contribution a game. I really like pinged pass on a cam. Never really used the power shot. He's good. I don't think he's quite elite. I think when I did the tier list, I had him in A tier, but I think that's probably fair. Drogba, honestly, wouldn't be far off S tier for me. The difference with him compared to the others might be slightly clunky. But Drogba and Crouch, absolutely love them. You can see Drogba's record. Not many assists, to be fair, but nearly 50 goals contribution. And then Crouch, absolutely insane. Gets so many headers off of corners. If you didn't see yesterday, check out my video where I look at the deadly duo Crouch and Drogba up front together. Very fun video. A lot of great clips and great goals in there. And let's get into the tactics, the reason you're here for this video. So, 3-5-2. As I always say, if you've watched any of my tactics videos, you'll be very familiar with this. I generally have two setups of any formation. So one that's a little bit more neutral, something you can start the game in, and then one that's a little bit more attacking that you can switch to if you may be losing by a goal or two. So when we look at the 3-5-2, the strengths of it. When they're camped around your box and you've got your team behind the ball, you have three centre-backs and two CDMs to protect them. That's very helpful defensively. You control the midfield very well because you've got two CDMs and a cam that can link up. You can switch the play and cover the pitch very well because you've got wingers. You can stretch teams out with the wing. I really love it. I think this is my favourite thing about the 3-5-2. I love the triangle that you get between your cam and two strikers. I think that is invaluable and can make a huge difference on the game. I think that you can really do a lot of good play with them. The problem with this formation is, though, at times, honestly, it seems to struggle to press a little bit. I don't really fully know why, but it does. And then, of course, if you get caught on the counter attack, you have three defenders of a flat back four. That can be a bit of an issue at times. Going forwards, it's one of the best formations in the game. The front three, really, the cam and two strikers are amazing. The two wings are great. In terms of any particular play styles that I think are really important, I think on a cam, you want something like pinged pass, long ball, or finesse. Finesse gives them more of a threat. Pinged pass or long ball makes them able to do a lot more nice assists. I get a lot of goals where Charlton just does a driven pass out of nowhere that catches people out and plays someone in. Whipped pass on the left mid and right mid will make this formation a lot more effective for you. If you have whipped pass on either of your wingers, it allows you to be such a threat crossing the ball. Obviously, it's going to be more of a threat if you've got someone like Drogba and Crouch in there. But I get a lot of goals where I cross it and the player didn't have to contest the header. So you could have someone awful in the air who's going to win the header anyway because there's no one to contest it. If you can get good at crossing and have players with pass, it's going to make a huge difference. For the CDMs, you probably want one big, one small. I do think that this team is a little bit lightweight in the middle. I do wish I had someone a bit bigger in there. So Team Vieira, Fantasy Rice players like that would be absolutely perfect. Long ball, ping pass, those are really good play styles too. And then for the attackers and centre backs, just the standard stuff you want. I'd put your slowest centre back in the middle. He's less likely to get into a foot race than the two outside centre backs. In terms of formation, custom tactics, near identical to what I use for a lot of formations. 40 width, 55 depth. 55 depth just gives you a pretty good balance of pressing and being aggressive, but also not too aggressive that you just get caught out constantly. You could lower the width a little bit if you want to be more compact, or if you want to be able to deal with the wings a bit better, you could up the width. So you have to make that decision for yourself, really. Direct passing build-up play works really well. It works really well in particular with target man strikers like Drogba. He quite often backs into defenders and pins them in, and sometimes gets some nice goals from that. You could up the width a little bit to play more out wide, but I don't think you want to be too much with that. For the instructions, stay central, stay forward on the strikers. Basic on the cam, you could come back on defence, but I want him to be able to sit in this hole and not be defended too much. Cut passing lanes, stay back on the more defensive-minded midfielder. That'd be Stanway out of these two. Balanced, he should be on cut passing lanes to be honest, I don't know why he's not. Balanced cut passing lanes on the other one. Both of them are on cover centre. Don't want them wandering out wide too much. I need this middle secure. Come back, stay wide, getting behind on both of the wingers. And then for the more aggressive one, the only changes on the custom tactics are press after possession loss and 71 depth instead of balanced and 55. And then for the instructions, it's pretty identical for the most part. I do have balanced on one of the CDMs still, but I put the other to balanced. So it's a bit more attacking there. And I have stay forward on the cam just to make that counter attack a little bit more of a threat. In terms of the tactic though, yeah, that's pretty much how it plays. I might do a video on it later this week. I went 18-2 with it this weekend league. I honestly think at this point my team's a little bit out-teamed. My centre-backs are good, but I play against better pairings most games. Stanway and Xavi are good, but probably play against better than them. And you won't play many people with a front three in at least champs that I find that are worse than mine. Mine are good though. That obviously you can do stuff for them. You do have to play a little bit different with Crouch and Drogba in your team, but it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Make sure you do check the video out where I used them. If there's any questions about the tactic or formation or anything you want to know about it, do let me know. If you want a fun attacking formation though, that I think is pretty meta, is going to be effective, I would check this formation out. I think it's fun. Appreciate you guys, as always, watching the video. Hopefully you're keeping it spicy. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.